Most water is local. You guys know Pine Flat up above you up there, right? Well, that's actually local water. It's only really used here pretty much in the east side of the San Joaquin Valley.
Part of the reason why we decided to do this was to help in the need that farmers have for as much water as possible.
One of the things that's happened over the years is the competition for water here in California has become really stiff. A lot of people want the water.
My name is Ted Lyons, and my wife Dion and I have lived in Clovis in a subdivision for 20 some years. When our kids moved out, we decided that we did not want to just have grass in the front of the house. We wanted to be creative, and we also wanted to conserve water as much as possible. One of the things that really excited me was that I did not need to have a lawnmower anymore, and lawnmowers use gasoline and pollute the air for no particularly good reason. So we went out looking for rocks, and we found some wonderful rocks that we were able to use creatively to make the yard look good, and also to provide spaces for flowers and for bulb plants and other things. And we were very grateful to do that. So we love the creativity. Summertime, wintertime, things change. And also I was very excited about having a front patio, which would be in effect a porch. Because the houses in this subdivision, as in many subdivisions now, simply have an entryway. And this gives us an opportunity to see our neighbors, to speak to people when they go by, and to enjoy that kind of interaction. So we love being able to change our front yard with beautiful flowers, and I think it does save water too. It's less of a use of water than simply trying to keep your lawn as green as possible.
Water is a global problem. Water grows food. Irrigated areas are very, very important globally in food production. In order to have irrigation water, you have to have a water supply. And one of the things that's happened over the years is the competition for water here in California has become really stiff. A lot of people want the water. You guys know Pine Flat up above you up there, right? Well, that's actually local water. It's only really used here pretty much in the east side of the San Joaquin Valley. That is a government-built dam, but the water is assigned to the locals, and the locals get to use it locally. Right underneath our feet is a giant reservoir of water, and we have been using it for a very long time, and we have overused it. We have done too much extraction underneath us, and now we have to slow it down, and that's going to hurt agriculture. We're undergoing right now a whole new process to try and figure out how much each farmer gets a fair share of the groundwater. Not how much he wants, his fair share. And because we've over extracted, the share is shrinking all the time. We have a whole bunch of users and less water, which affects the food supply.
There's apples right here. In addition to the front yard, we also decided to take the grass out of our backyard, and we made the backyard into a very natural environment. Includes fruit trees, and also has a raised bed garden that is made up of 5 different horse troughs that are designed so that they are wicking beds. So the water is put in the bottom of the horse troughs, and it wicks up to the top. The soil uses it, but there's very little evaporation. It produces wonderful vegetables, and it also preserves water so that you hardly have to water more than once or twice a month.
My name is Dave Lopes. I teach animal science here at Reedley College, and the topic today is the importance of water in animal agriculture. Water is definitely very critical to animal agriculture. I work very closely with a wide variety of animals here on campus. We have beef cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, and horses, and they of course all require water for their health. They require good, clean water as part of their nutritional needs to stay healthy. They also not only require water for oral intake, but they also require water to irrigate the plants that they rely on. The cattle rely heavily on pasture, as do sheep and goats and horses, and grass that we plant out there that is irrigated by water, so the water is very important in that way. We also use water to cool animals. The pigs are not raised on pastures, but they require misters and fans to keep them cool during the summertime. They're very sensitive to the heat, especially the bigger pigs, and so water is very important to keep those animals cool. But water is important in all phases of livestock production and harvesting.
And then we bring in climate change. We don't know what it's going to do, but one thing we think is less snow. The largest storage reservoir we have is under our feet. It's underground water. The second largest storage, it's not a lake, it's the snow up in the Sierra. And under the climate change idea, the snow will not be as great. It's going to melt much quicker or not be there at all. So that means that the dams that wait for the snow to leak in slowly will get inundated much quicker. So how do we manage that? We're going to be more efficient. We have to fix our groundwater problem. We've got to fix the rivers to make sure that they serve several masters, including environmental sustainability, as well as try and use them for water supply for drinking and for growing crops. And we've got to work better together.
My family started in this valley as farmers. My grandfather was a farmer. My uncle was a farmer. My dad was a farmer until he became a pastor. And my best friend is a farmer. I've also been a pastor in Orange Cove with lots of farmers and, of course, good farm friends as well. So part of the reason why we decided to do this was to help in the need that farmers have for as much water as possible. So we have enjoyed this not only in creativity, but also in stewardship.
It really is political. Water is one of those interesting things because it is competitive, because it's scarce. A lot of politics gets involved in it. There's going to be ongoing global demand for food. It doesn't make any sense to shut down one of the most productive areas in the world. And we have to tell other people what we do and what we do well here, and that's grow food.